Hey, what's up, everybody? I want to welcome you to another episode of Offstage with myself, your host, Benny Mena. And today we have our lovely guest, Luz Pazos. Luz, how you doing?
I'm good, chilling.
All right, cool. So, like I told you before, we're trying to get to know a little bit about you, what happens in your life off stage. All right, we've done a lot of shows lately together.
Yes.
All right, so let me ask you, first of all, how long have you been doing comedy?
5 years right now.
5 years? All right, and you grew up, where are you from?
I'm from Peru.
Peru, okay. And you started doing comedy in Peru once you got to the States?
No, in Peru I was doing theater. Actually, I lived in Europe for a while.
Oh, really?
And I did theater there.
What part of Europe?
Italy.
Oh, nice.
Yes, I lived there
Nice.
for 6 years.
Okay. Closest I
Then
came to
it's
Italy is
good.
Papa John's Pizza.
Papa
But
John's Pizza,
That's the closest I come to Italy.
No, it's not like
All
Italy.
right, cool. So you did theater acting?
I did theater acting, and then I went to college there.
Oh, okay.
So then I moved back to Peru. I was doing a sketch comedy.
Okay.
Then I moved here and I started doing sketch comedy here, but I didn't ever really like it. I never really liked the whole group thing. And I wanted to do stand up, but I didn't think I would be able, because of my English. It was worse than now, right now it's thick.
I remember when I met you, I didn't understand you.
Yeah, shut up.
Yeah.
But then it took me a couple of years to decide to actually
To
do
do
it.
it?
To do it, to start doing it.
And how was your writing process of your jokes? How did you come about writing your jokes? Did somebody help you out? Did you already have a format or?
No, I have taken a lot of writing classes. So even right now, I'm still taking it. I take script classes, so I know how to write jokes. I know the format and everything. So that's how I start doing it. But now I already know how to do it. So I just do it.
Okay, because when I first saw you, first time I ever saw you perform, it was at the Man's Chinese Theater. There was a
What show?
What it was. I forgot what it was called. I think it was Richard Villa show.
Oh.
One of his shows, the refried shows.
The rephrase, yes.
But I forgot the name of what they called the
I
theater.
remember it was a guest spot Inside Jokes.
Inside Jokes. That's what they called it. It was inside the Man Chinese Theater.
Yeah.
They decided to start like a comedy club and they called it Inside Jokes. And
It
our
was
friend of
cool.
ours, Richard Villa, he had his own show and he had you on. That's the first time I saw you. Now, first time I saw you, I was kind of tripping out because you were. That was already like almost 4 or 5 years ago. So you probably were just starting out.
Yes.
And you were doing almost nothing but crowd work.
Really?
Yeah, and I saw you, and you used to do a lot of crowd work. And now, like I told you before, you were always funny, but now I think you're hilarious, and you do material. You still kind of talk to the audience sometimes, but you have like straight up material, and I think it's hilarious.
You know what happens is I start doing comedy, and then I start hosting for a friend Michael his shows at the Comedy Store.
Okay.
And when I start hosting at the Comedy Store, everybody started giving shit Michael why I was hosting. So I never did crowd work. I was so scared. So one day you just gotta do crowd work today because everybody's giving me shit. So I went up, I started doing crowd work, and I started liking it. And then I just started doing crowd work a lot because I was so scared about every Monday at the Comedy Store, I had to do crowd work. So I think you got me in the period where I was working really hard on getting my crowd work going.
Yeah, because I saw you now, and because to be honest, I was like, why is she doing crowd work? You're a young comic, you got like 7 minutes on stage. Why would you do crowd work? But okay, that's cool.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
hey, your material is really funny now. I really like your jokes.
Thank you.
I use her a lot in a lot of shows that I book.
Actually, you know what I was thinking? I was going to say the first time you saw me, I thought it was at the show that you gave me a guest spot. It was awful. I remember it was at the Laugh Factory. It was 5 minutes at the beginning of the show. I think it was one of the worst sets I ever had.
You know what?
That's the
we
second
have them
worst.
there. We have them
Because
there.
it was so bad. I felt so bad. It was like, I don't know if you remember.
I remember.
But I started getting laughed like towards the end of my 5 minutes. It was so cold. I was feeling so bad. It was like, oh my God, this is the worst. Like, I was so embarrassed.
No, I remember that. No. But the first time I saw you, that was actually only about 2.5, 3 years ago.
Yeah, but it was like terrible.
But I had seen you like a year and a half before that at Inside Jokes.
Inside Jokes, okay.
Yeah.
Now everybody's gonna think I suck, but I had that bad. I think it was a cold opening at that Laugh Factory. You remember I went up first.
Yeah. Well, that's the
It
guest
was
spots.
like
Yeah.
it was like, oh God, okay.
No, I remember. that.
Then I did your show back in the Laugh Factory. How long ago? Like twice this year.
Yeah, the last one was like a month and a half ago.
Yes,
Or
it
2
was
months
great.
ago, yeah.
So,
Yeah, you did great. You did great. And I just had you, I've had you other shows that I do, the one in
Yeah.
Whittier and then the one in San Pedro, and they like you. They like you,
Yes.
It's funny. So, well, let me ask you this. So you come from Peru.
Yes.
And you stay here. So when I first met you, estabas bien flaquita. Not that you're thick right now.
Oh shit! Okay, this is the worst interview ever.
Because the reason I bring that up because we just did a show in San Pedro and they had belly dancers. Yeah, and so I'm saying, are you Americanized now? Are you like American-sized portions, or are you still eating like you did in Peru?
No, I go through periods and I get skinny.
No, because I'm fat right now. I gained a lot of weight.
Skinnier and I go through periods. I don't think. I was skinnier in my early 20s. Then I got a little fatter. Then I go skinny again, and now I'm like in a weird period. Like I'm 30 years old, okay now. So
you're still young.
It's
still
just,
young.
No, but it's still like my body changed.
Yeah.
I don't like how do you say like digest in the same way.
Yeah, no. But the reason I ask is because some people get really,
digest.
They get Americanized. Se ponen bien americanos, comen como los americanos. Everybody eats big portions here. So
Man, I didn't even remember. Like
No, the reason I bring it up because we just did a show. We just did a show a couple of weeks ago for my birthday. I had a birthday show in San Pedro, right?
Oh,
and
that
this
was so
place,
funny.
they had belly dancers, right? So this is before she hit the stage. So I think it was right before the show. No, the show was going on. Anyways, she started dancing like the belly dancer, right? And it was me and DJ Cooch were watching her, and she was doing a good job of it. She actually, she was moving in rhythm and stuff. So I was like, hey, if you belly dance, you gotta show the belly. And so she showed her belly, and so Cooch was like, ooh. And first thing I thought, I was like, oh, she's a beer drinker. She drinks.
Because I got a belly.
Because I was expecting you to have like a flat, stomach, but I was like, oh, okay, she looks like me,
Like guys, okay, number one, belly.
You hide it really well.
Need to have belly.
No, it's hey.
I used to do belly dance when I was younger.
Oh, really?
Yeah, for a little bit.
Con razón. No wonder you had it.
Yeah,
because you were doing very well. So me and Coach was like, oh, okay.
But yeah, I mean, guys, it is what it is, It arises one time. I'm 30. I'm like, whatever. This is what it is. I won't try to be skinnier. I used to do beauty pageants.
Oh, really?
And it was a nightmare because I'm not super skinny, I like to eat, so I will get on diets and they will weigh you every week, and it was so stressful. It was even more stressful than going to college. Like
Really?
Studying for exams was not as stressful as having to be skinny. So it's just, I just don't, it's like, if it's not you who is supposed to be super skinny,
Yeah.
it's just not you, like it's just
No.
gotta,
Hey, you know what? And then your
just gotta do
metabolism
what you
changes.
have.
I was skinny all throughout my 20s.
Oh yeah,
and
I
all
saw
of a
your
sudden-
pictures, man.
Now I'm, hey, cállate, hey. Yeah, okay, now
Papa.
I just had my 44th, so
It seems like you
yeah.
were the one that had the kid.
She's got jokes. Yes, sometimes I feel like I had a kid. All right, so let me ask you this. As a young lady, young comic, I'm trying to be unprofessional. As a young comic, especially female, because the guys, guys when we were younger and stuff like that, comics, we go out on the road, we meet girls, whatever. Do you meet guys when you're on the road? Or do you hook up with other comics when you're on the road or in LA?
Never at comics. Never. I wouldn't hook up with a comic ever. Like, it's just the worst thing you can do.
Have you ever done it before
Ever.
when you first started?
Ever. When I first started, I made a mistake twice, and I wouldn't do it ever again.
You dated a comic or you just hooked up?
Once was like we just hooked up, and the other one I dated, and it was both a mistake.
Okay, was it a mistake because it was too competitive, or a mistake because
Number
they
one,
were-
once was a
they
really
were-
famous comic. So
Really?
the famous one is just a dick because famous people are dicks, like it was just a dick. The whole he so acted. I was like, why are you even hook up with this guy? I think it was because,
I'm curious now.
I just broke up with my ex So I was
She
kind of
got
in
me
those
thirsty.
weird periods, when women just break up, they are like all like fragile and bullshit,
Uh-huh.
So it's like, oh, so he was cute. I always liked him. So it's like, oh my god, this is the thing when you just
And
start doing comedy,
Latin
you don't
comic?
realize how annoying, how bad, narcissistic, self-absorbed, egocentric are real comedians. So the person that you like on stage is
Oh, it's totally different.
never gonna be
Yeah.
at the asshole that you're gonna meet in person.
Oh yeah.
No, it was like it was like a white guy.
Oh okay, okay. And then the other one was just
Was a guy like a guy that will do comedy with me, but it's just the thing about guys is they want to brag. So he told people, I'm like, don't tell people because this is over. I just don't
Right.
want anyone to know my personal life. So then I realized, no, it's just a mistake.
Okay. Well, what about guys from the audience?
Like I meet guys and they ask me out. Usually they send me. I have my joke the thing about splitting guys. That they
Yeah.
have to split a check. So that they use this line always. They're like, oh, you wanna go on a date? No worries, I won't split. And
You know, jokes like that work. When I was younger, I used to do a joke how girls never buy guys beer. You know, I used to talk about single guys, always got the beer, buy the beer, or buy girls drinking. Girls never buy us drink. So I used to have a lot of girls, after shows, like, hey, I'll buy you a drink. That's how I met my girl. She came up to me and said, hey, where's your beer? I'm like, I just finished it. She goes, I thought you were an alcoholic. I'm like, oh, I'll get another one. She said, I'll buy you one. I'm like, oh, go for it. And that's how
Oh,
we met.
nice.
Yeah,
Look
so
at him.
jokes like
Thinking I
that,
left the
yeah.
show.
Jokes like that work, yeah.
yeah, so I never go out with most of them because I don't like them. I'm like, oh. And the whole time I've done comedy, I like maybe 2 guys. I
Really?
went out and no.
Okay. So right now, I mean, do you meet people outside of comedy, like when you're at the grocery store? I don't know if you go to church or.
No church. I don't meet. I try to not meet men. They're just so
Okay.
disappointing.
So, are you switching sides? Is that what it is? You're switching sides?
No, it's just I just much better without them.
Yeah.
Like, it's just such a
Well-
difference being single than being with a guy that's just gonna annoy the fuck out of you. Like, this is the thing. Before I was struggling. Like right now, I'm making most of my money over comedy.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm cool. It's just why would me complicate my life with a
Right.
stupid guy that is just gonna, annoy me, be jealous, or like go around with other girls. So like if he's like a little handsome, I'm gonna be thinking, I'm on the wrong gonna be thinking, who's he's fucking? Or if he's, there is always gonna be a problem. So it's better like this. I'm alone. I do whatever I want.
So you're saying is you're jealous?
I'm jealous, and guys are jealous too.
Yeah,
No, this
well,
is the
certain
thing.
guys are.
I'm
yeah.
not jealous, but I don't trust men. I trust very little men. I think in Los Angeles, a man that is a little good looking, has a good job, you have at least one thing going on for you as a man. You can get girls so easy. So I don't trust men here.
So you prefer like out of shape, older, ugly guys?
Oh, of course, that's my first show.
George,
Always.
George, you have a
Oh.
shot, baby. You have a
But
shot.
they have to have
I
a
think-
lot of money.
Oh, never mind. Never mind.
That's my thing. I
Yours-
sacrifice everything, but they have to be really wealthy. Because
No,
I
no.
like to go eat to really nice places, So I want to keep that lifestyle for myself.
Okay, see, I don't know what they call it in Peru, but in America, that's called the gold digger.
Gold
all
digger.
right?
Yeah, it could be.
No, it is. That's what it is. But most guys are rich and they want younger girls. They want girls with like flat stomachs. So, anyways,
Yeah, so you know what? When they're in their 50s, they like what it is.
They like what it is, they don't care.
I don't go with guys in their 40s. No, that's a mistake. You gotta go with an older guy, 50s.
So 20-year difference.
Yes, always.
Wow. Have you ever dated a 50-year-old?
Always.
No way, really?
Since I was 20, most of my boyfriends been 50, 53, 50, 47, 48.
Oh man, that is gross. No,
Yeah. You
No.
know what?
No,
You're
when
gonna
I
be
was-
50.
when I was
you're gonna
younger-
be like, that's a good thing.
No,
that
no,
girls
no,
like
I'm
this.
messing, no, I'm messing around. No, when I was younger, I was into older women. But now I'm 44, so if I want an older woman, I gotta be like, hey mom, you got any single friends?
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, but then my girl will kill me. So yeah,
You have a girlfriend. That's
yeah,
good.
I got a fiance. There's a difference.
Fiancé,
So,
yeah,
yeah,
you're married.
just I don't have the ring yet because you're not married yet. But it's happening at the
good,
end of this
though.
year. So all right, so let me ask you this because I know that you're on the road a lot,
Uh-huh.
right? And you've been doing comedy 5 years. It took me It took me like 3 years to start hitting the road, but not far, like Bakersfield, Fresno, wherever. But you go out of state.
Yes.
So, how did you get up? For only a 5-year comic, you're on the road a lot. How did that happen?
Well, I meet a lot of I perform in the Hollywood side a lot, and also in the Latin side. So I have a lot of connections from different parts, and then I meet, I done a lot of like a couple of TV taping things. So like the HBO Latino thing that didn't air, but still I met the people there.
They didn't air yours?
Contacts. No, because they just aired the Ida Rodriguez one and the one.
But that one was done afterwards, yours, right?
Yes, and there are a lot of like Jesus Sepulveda, all the part it hasn't aired yet. We don't know what's gonna happen. They said we're gonna put it in HBO Go. I don't know, but the thing about that is like you meet people through those, and then they bring you on the road.
Okay, so when you're on the road, do you open your feature?
And I do festivals. When I did festivals, I did a lot of festivals like 2 years ago, and I met booking companies. And they start booking me for the road.
Okay. So, I mean, when you're on the road, do you open? Do you feature?
I feature, and lately I've been headlining, which
really?
is, like, it's weird for me because I don't think I should be headlining, but some people think I could be headlining some stuff. I don't think I'm, like, the headliner.
How much time you got?
But I do 40 when I headline.
Wow, really? I didn't, not talking trash. I didn't know you had 40.
Yeah, I have
in
40.
LA, it's a showcase. No, it's a showcase town. Most spots are like 15, 20 minutes, maybe 25.
Yes, that's why I like to go on the road, so they'll make me do 30.
Oh yeah, my first time going headlining, I went to Washington State, and it was the first time I did over an hour. And I remember I was with a guy named Rodrigo Torres. He's a good friend of mine. He tours around with Felipe Esparza now.
Rodrigo.
Yeah, so I was like, hey man, how'd I do? He goes, oh, that was good, good. He goes, it wasn't no Bring the Pain, Bring the Pain by Chris Rock. He goes, but it was good. So I was like, oh, okay. So but I'll take it. I'll take it. It was my first time because I thought I was going to do only like 45 minutes. I was stressing about doing my first 45 on the road.
Oh shit!
And I wound up doing an hour 6.
God, I don't think I can do that. Ever.
Yeah, so
like
no, you
40,
will. Hey.
40. No, right now like 40. Yeah. I'm there, but it's hard.
And what's your inspiration for your jokes, or who do you aspire to be as a comic?
Well, I like the big comics. I like Louis C.K. I like Bill Burr.
But even after what happened, you like Louis C.K.?
Oh, of course, I don't care. That's so stupid.
No, yes, well, me too. I'm still a big fan of his. Bill Burr's amazing.
Bill Burr's amazing. DJ Hoogley. I like. DL, sorry.
Yeah, not DJ.
I like, Gad Elman, the French comic, Gad Edelman. He's a French actor and a comedian. I really like him. You should watch him on Netflix. He has really good stuff.
Oh, okay. So you watch comics from all over?
Yes.
Okay, what about female comics? Anybody you like?
Sarah Silverman, because she's really smart. It's hard to like female comics, to be honest.
Really? It's like, you don't see like a female comic like I want to be like her?
I like Monique Marvez. I like Ida Rodriguez. They're really good.
Yeah. Well, Ida's a good friend of mine. So is Monique. I remember when I first started, met Monique, and I didn't realize how she's much in the game she was.
Oh yeah,
she's awesome. She's awesome.
She's
I like her a lot. She's really cool. She's always been really nice. And when Ida first started, I used to book her a lot too. And now she's another level.
Yes, I really like her.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think she's great. Yeah, those are the two that I really like right now that I can see around.
All right. Cool. And you live in Hollywood right now?
Yes.
So what's your everyday routine like? Do you actually spend time writing jokes, or do you just go throughout your day and you think of something funny?
Oh, I spend time writing jokes, and I go to open mics. So in between mics, I write because it's like 1 hour, an hour and a half until they call your name. So I'm writing in between mics. Then even if you won't believe this, I go to the gym.
Really? You just go watch?
Yeah, I just go watch everybody working out. No, I work out. And what else I do? I go to the movies.
What kind of movies you like?
I watch a lot of. Okay, you gotta understand that I'm more like an European person in my brain. I live in Europe a long time, so I watch a lot of independent European movies.
Oh, okay, no, that's cool. I'm a movie freak. I watch anything. I love movies. I love going to movies. My girl trips out with me. She thinks I'm weird because I go by myself.
Oh, I go by myself all the time.
I go myself during the day. You know, because if I really want to see a movie like a big blockbuster, I'll wait a week or two, so that way I go during the day, and because I don't like all that. I want to pay attention. I don't want all the yapping and or people laughing or like ooh whatever. So I like watching by myself, and she thinks that's weird.
No, I love it.
That's the best way to watch a movie, I think.
Yeah. I go on my own a lot, and there are a lot of independent movie theaters in Hollywood areas. So I go. By my house, there is one 2 blocks away.
Do you want to go back into acting?
No.
Just focus on comedy only?
I've been focusing on comedy for the last 3 years. I haven't gone to auditions or anything. But I'm pretty happy. But I just don't miss that shit.
So yeah, I was gonna say you don't wanna.
No.
Yeah, what's up? High five. Focus on comedy. Although, I've been doing it now. I'm going on this month will be my 19th year, so I'm gonna try to get back into acting.
You're trying to get back.
Yeah, because I did acting about 10 years ago. I did a commercial and I did extra roles and stuff like that, and I'm trying to get back into it, but I need acting lessons.
You need acting lessons.
Yeah, I need acting because it's been a while.
I wouldn't like to go to any more auditions for commercials. It's such a waste of time.
Sometimes I feel like they are, but I'm getting more and more comfortable every time I go, so it's pretty cool. I like it a lot.
Yeah, you like it? Okay, that's good. I don't personally.
Yeah, no, if you don't like it, you don't like it. But because I focus on comedy for so long, it's only comedy. Now I wanna, just open up different avenues.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. You can book. Actually, I can see you booking a lot of commercials.
And you're young, so you got plenty of time. Me, I got a family now, so I'm trying to,
The thing is, I don't want to go through the audition process. What I do is, sometimes someone that seems to do comedy has something and say, "Oh, come to the callback directly." So I just go there. I don't want to go through the whole
process.
Catch show, the agent, going there. No.
Okay.
No,
cool.
It's too much.
All right, cool. Well, we're gonna take a little break right now. We're gonna pay some bills, and we'll be back with Offstage Pazos. All right. See you in a minute.
I'm gonna belly dance.
I'm gonna make you belly dance. I'm gonna make you belly dance.
Hola amigos, ¿cómo están? Te saluda Elmer Cortés, el Cortés. Quiero recordarte que puedes escuchar mi música a través de LD Eufónico Radio. Así es que no puedes perdértelo, LD Eufónico Radio.
Bienvenidos a su restaurante peruano favorito, aquí en el Pollo Inca en la ciudad de Gardina.
Si te apetece deleitarte con una auténtica comida peruana, tienes que visitar el Pollo Inca de Gardina, con sus especialidades de todos los días como son tallarín verde con bistec, papa a la huancaína, pollo a la brasa, lomo saltado, ceviche de pescado y muchos platillos más. Estamos abiertos 7 días a la semana, con un ambiente totalmente familiar. Serás atendido por un personal ampliamente profesional. Recuerda, no dejes de visitar el Pollo Inca de la ciudad de Gardina y prueba el mejor sabor de comida peruana de la región.
Recuerden que aquí los estaremos esperando con un ambiente familiar. Los esperamos.
Hola amigos, ¿qué tal? Soy Doris Terrien del show de Doris y sus amigos para invitarlos cada sábado de 4:30 a 6:30 a través de VTV i3 en Eufónico Radio.
Escúchanos en LD Eufónico Radio.
¿Qué tal mi gente? Soy Karen Ramírez y todo lo pueden ver aquí en LD Eufónico Radio y todo por VTV i3. Se lo recomiendo.
Hey, what's up, everybody? We're back on Offstage with my guest today, Offstage Pazos. All right, we're getting to know a little bit more about the sexy Peruvian. You mentioned earlier that you thought the first time I saw you was when I gave you a guest spot at the Laugh Factory show.
Yes, but actually you saw me.
I saw you before. But no, what I was going to get to is you said that was one of your worst sets. So what was one of your worst sets you ever did?
That one at the Laugh Factory, those 5 guest spot minutes, they were a nightmare. Then I had a casino in near to Sacramento.
Uh-huh.
I don't remember what's the name? But it was with Ricky Esqueta.
Uh-huh.
God, that was the worst show ever. I had to do
What, yours, the whole show, or just your set?
the whole show.
Really?
It was like the casinos usually have a room separate for the thing, but this was the bar, and it was kind of open, so you could see all the slot machines and people were playing.
That happens a lot.
And they had the stage here. It was huge, and there was a bar, and the people were at the bar, and just few people sitting on tables there. And they didn't want to listen material. You had to do crowd work. You had to do 30 minutes. It was such a nightmare.
You did 30 minutes?
Yes.
Was that your first time doing 30
no,
or?
No. But that was the first time doing it, such a bad situation. And then Rick had to do an hour.
Ah.
So it was so painful. It was really bad. It was a really bad, like, I never had a gig that was so awful.
So how does that make you feel when you have like a bad set? Do you, cause you know, we're our worst critics. So do you get mad at yourself? Like,
Oh
oh,
yeah, I
show-
always get mad at myself. So most people get mad at the audience, which is really stupid.
Yeah. I mean, they say never blame the audience. I've been doing this a while, so there are some times when it is the audience, but you never blame them. You know,
Yeah,
you
but
always,
it definitely was the audience, but it was up to us to make it
Yeah.
happen. You know, that's what I think. Like if you blame all the time the audience, it's just
no, you don't blame the audience. But there's shows where I've done where they just don't want to listen, and then it's one thing when they heckle your material, but they're just yelling stuff out. You know, I did a show, and in the back, some people were about to fight. You know, they fight with each other. Not about the comedy, just personal grudge. You know, it was a small town in down by San Diego, and whatchamacallit. So people from the front turned around like, ooh, you know, and while I was on stage, he just killed my set. You know,
I
'cause
done
after
a
that
show
there
like
was
that in Inglewood
tension.
too.
Oh yeah.
God, yeah, I remember that show too. That was bad too. Like, no, it wasn't bad actually. Like, it was good until the guys started fighting. But yeah. I mean, yeah, those cases I think are special, right? But if it's like a setting that they don't want to listen, but you have to make them listen to you.
Have you ever done a show? Because you know how you said you try to crowd work, you do crowd work. Where you pissed off somebody so much that they come after you after the show, or they try to attack you?
Oh
Guy
yeah.
or girl?
Guys, like
Really?
guys, yeah. I had 3 times. The guy would come came. He stand up, and the other guys get like up too, and they go like, so make sure nothing is gonna happen. But at that point, if there was once I used to have a show it was a bar show with a friend, Jermaine, at Hermosa Beach.
Okay.
It's a late night, but it was like this foreign guy that was talking to a girl. He was bald, and he was trying to hook up with a girl or something, make it happen. And I started like talking to him, and I started making fun of him, but it was like just to get his attention. He got so pissed and self-conscious. And he was from Poland, and he started like yelling at me, and he came up to me, and people were like scared, and he was tall. But I mean, when he was talking to me, I had to reply to him. I didn't want to ignore him, you know.
Right.
And that happened another bar show in Bakersfield. This older guy, like Mexican, so for some reason talked like he was from Texas, but he was Mexican, and he was like, yeah. I couldn't even understand. He came to me. I'm like, yeah. Like,
I'm for sure. He was,
stop talking shit, because it was a bar. It was like the bar was like a bar in the suburbs of Lima, Peru. Like
okay.
when we got there, the electricity was gone. They were putting it back. Like all
Bakersfield,
the people,
baby.
all the guys sitting at the bar were like illegal immigrants. I'm guessing, like all in construction. Like some people didn't speak English. That the bar they had just like cheapest. They had. It was like those bars that you find in Mexico on the roads.
Border, yeah,
yes,
the
on the corners like that
Yeah.
in Bakersfield. Okay.
yeah.
It was like a crazy place. So I was like talking like, oh, I feel like this is my country. Like I was talking shit.
Oh, that's funny.
And the guy was like, oh, hey, don't talk shit about it. And he came to me. But then he didn't do anything. So
Yeah, 'cause you're a girl,
And
I
then
mean-
he went to the restroom. So yeah, I'm a girl. So it's just, how are you going to be like a dick?
Because I had a guy throw a glass at me one time. I was making fun of one girl.
Really?
Yeah, I was making fun of. Well,
I love
it was
it.
a small crowd, and it was at this bar. It was called the Wild Coyote. It used to be really rough, but at this point they already know me. You know, I've been doing it for a while, whatever. and I was hosting the show, and so there was this girl sitting by herself, and she was into the show. But then after the second comic, she started like, because I would tell everybody, listen, you want to talk trash to me, not to the comics. You heard me say that before, talk to me, whatever. So she started talking trash, and we were going back and forth, and I started, like going in on her, and the small crowd that was there was laughing, and all of a sudden some guy at the bar just throws like a big mug at me, and I didn't even see him throw it. I mean, if it would have hit me, I would have been knocked the hell out or in the hospital, because it shattered against the wall, and a little glasses went all over, and it was like one of those big mugs. And I didn't know. It turned out they were together, but they weren't even sitting together during the show. And then, so, it caused a big thing. And I got mad at the management and security because everybody was like, that guy did it. And then when they asked him, like, yeah, did you throw that? I'm like, just kick him out. He did it, whatever, And then he tried to, like, pick a fight, whatever, and they stopped him, whatever. But that was, like, the worst situation I've ever been in. One time I did a show before that, and this little guy, I was making a joke. It was just a joke about one of my friends, about a short friend I had, and this little guy sitting at a table with like 10 people just gets up, and I mean little, like he must have been like barely like 5 foot, right? And he starts walking towards the stage, and he's talking like trash to me as he's walking up, and I was like, is this for real? I was like looking around, and I'm like, is anybody seeing this? Then the stage was about this high, right? Like from the ground, like the size of the table, and he's standing there, and I'm all like, do you want me to help you up? You want me to bring you like some steps and stuff? And he's all like, oh, I'll go up there and kick your ass, whatever. And he got up. So when he was standing, he came to like middle of my chest, right? And I was like, bro, chill out. Nothing's going to happen. I'm not going to hit you, whatever. He was like, why not? I go, because I don't want to get arrested for child abuse, And he was just getting more and more mad. And I look at the table he was at. I'm like, yo, is this your friend? You guys going to get him? Like, nah, he does it all the time. Screw him. Fuck him. Blah, 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 blah.
Oh,
and
wow.
security came. And I shit you not, security, big buff guy, came, picked him up, and carried him like a little kid. Oh, we were dying. Everybody was laughing, and for no reason though. I didn't point him out. I didn't do any jokes about him. I just did a joke about one of my friends, like one of my personal friends, an old joke I used to do, and this guy
People
snapped.
are so sensitive sometimes.
But I know comics have been choked. We talked about that. Been knocked out. I've had comics. I know a comic that got sent to the hospital. He got beat up after a show. They hit him with a shopping cart. But
Oh my God,
you being a woman, I'm pretty sure it's a little bit different.
Yeah, it's
But
never
you never
gonna
had
go
a
bad.
girl come after you?
Oh, girls sometimes are drunk. Listen, that will happen at the beginning, because now I think I'm very likable to women.
Okay.
Women usually like me a lot, but at the beginning I will do shows where the girls were drunk and they sometimes will yell like, I couldn't even understand what they were saying.
Well, because you're a good-looking girl and they're jealous because their guys are looking at you. When I was younger, Jeff Garcia used to tell me, make fun of yourself because, you're a young guy. And, so sure enough, when I would go to, like, the bar shows, and as soon as I wake up and girls would be like, ooh, guys would yell like, puto, and I'm like, fuck you, whatever, and it was that. So when I first started doing comedy, I would make a lot of jokes about myself. I'd make fun of myself, just to get the guys to like me. And now, you see I talk a lot of trash to everybody, and I'm likable. I don't come off as a jerk, so, I don't have to do that. I still make fun of myself, but not for that reason.
Yes.
I just my everyday life and stuff like that. But so it's a little bit different. So let me ask you this: since you're traveling a lot now, and even right now you have a heavy accent and stuff like that, does your accent ever interfere with your jokes when you're like somewhere like in the Midwest or anything like that?
No, in the Midwest, sometimes I did a show in Des Moines, Iowa.
Mm-hmm.
It was kind of harder because too many white people.
They spoke English and shit.
Yeah, they spoke really English, deep English, white English. And then there was these guys that were kind of racist and yelling at stuff from the corner.
At you?
And and the club got upset. Yeah, there's like 3 guys. But they were the only ones, right? And then, actually one guy in a table of 3. And people wanted to kick him out. And it wasn't just to me, it was to the headliner too.
Who's the headliner?
Oh, my friend Michael Q.
Michael Hugh?
Uh-huh. He was
Okay.
headlining. I was
Well, he
featuring, and it
speaks-
was a white guy.
But Michael speaks.
But
good
he's
English.
but he's dark.
Oh,
So we were
okay.
being like racist.
Okay.
Racist people, like, you
Yeah, yeah.
made them up.
It happens.
But I had other shows in the Midwest, the people were really cool. So it's because I talk shit about white people sometimes, so they kind of could be a little sensitive
Yeah.
side about it.
That show I told you, the very first time I did like an hour and 6 minutes, same thing. I got heckled by some guy and he was being very racist. you know, and because it was in Walla Walla, Washington.
Oh, okay.
So
yeah.
Walla Walla, Washington is famous for 3 small colleges and 1 big ass prison, you know, penitentiary. So people that were there, you know, usually the white people that were there lived there, and then if you see black and Latinos that are there, it's because they're there for the weekend visiting the inmates, you know. So this one guy just kept on going off on me, like, you know, like, who you here to visit, you know, go back to Mexico, this and that. So, you know, me, I'm a shit talker, so I went in on him, and, you know, it wound up being good, but he wound up being kicked out. The manager of the place was also the bouncer. This guy was buff. So he came and kicked the guy out, and everybody was clapping and stuff like that.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah. You know, when I'm on the road, you know, I try not to like piss anybody off, because you never know. You know, you're not a stage in especially small towns like in Texas and stuff like that. But one time, not in Bakersfield, but by Visalia, I did a show, and after the show, some dudes wanted to fight me just because it was some girls started talking to me, like they buy my, back then I used to sell a CD, so they buy my CD and they're like, oh, you're cute. I'm like, oh, thank you. And these dudes, I don't know if they were trying to hook up with them or just wanted to fight me because of that. So I was like, I gotta go. So yeah, so you know, I was the headliner at the time. I forgot who it was, but era Latino, but you know, it's a good friend of mine. But he told me, he goes, hey, I'm gonna go right after the show. I'm gonna go back home. And I'm like, no, I'm gonna stay here because, you know, I had a couple of drinks, and 5 minutes away was a motel they put us in, you know. So I was like, well, I'm gonna stay, and then so I stayed at the club afterwards because it was packed, turned into like a dance thing. And when they wanted to fight me, I'm like, I gotta go. So you know, I jumped in the cab, and you know, security was really cool with me. They stopped the guys because they came out after me, and I was a hothead too. I told them, okay, well, you know, I'm down 1-on-1. They're not 3-on-1. I'm like, nah, I gotta go. So you know, they stopped them, whatever. But so
yeah,
I'm
for
pretty sure.
guys it's different.
Yeah, for guys it's different, you know.
But yeah, I'm sure. Like, I'm like a cute girl. I mean, I'm not saying any profanities or insulting like people, so there is not like much to get upset at. So I will have like some racist people, but it's never like crazy.
Yeah. What do your parents think about you doing comedy?
Well, my mom, I have just my mom. I don't have a dad. She's cool with it. I mean, when she comes in America, last time she came, she thinks I only talking about her because my mom is all self-centered. She's like, so you talk about me the whole time? Like, no, just a little bit. And she's like, why you talk about me so much? I'm a mom, I'm not talking about you.
That's funny.
It's like, and then she doesn't understand English, so she gets bored after a little bit. She's like, I don't want to go anymore. I'm like, oh, okay, whatever.
That's like my parents.
I was like, then when she was here, I took her to the Hollywood Improv. I was like, Mom, there are a lot of famous comics getting up tonight. She was like, oh, whatever, I don't care. But you like famous people. You can see famous people here. She's like, no, I don't understand anything. This is boring. I'm like, oh God. So she just, you know, she just doesn't get it really.
Okay, but if you were do you ever done Spanish comedy?
No.
You don't, you know.
I'm trying to work on my set in Spanish, but I'm just more focused on the one in English, to be honest.
But I figured it'd be okay when you think in English or in Spanish.
I think in English, and I also like American humor, which is really different than making jokes for Hispanic people.
Okay, well let me ask you this, like
Or Latin, like.
Okay, in Peru, do they have stand up or they just have a comedy? Like in Mexico,
They
were called chistólogos. No, now they have stand up, and stand up's only about 7-8 years old.
Yes.
All right, because you know the stand uperos they call them, you know. But before that, they were called chistólogos, and it was basically they would tell jokes, but they were kind of like almost like internet jokes, you know,
in
like
Peru,
storylines.
we had cómicos ambulantes.
Okay, so
It's like there were guys that stay on the street in the plaza, and they people will go see them on microphone. They will tell stupid shit.
okay.
Ambulantes, because it will be in the street.
Any of them famous?
They got a TV show about cómicos ambulantes. It became a sketch show. Now the stand-up is very new in Peru, even newer than in Mexico.
Oh wow, okay.
So what I think the guys that start doing stand-up, they really are monologue actors. You know, they play it's more like a monologue because you can really be a stand-up comedian in a city that you can perform more than twice a week. That's what I think.
Oh really?
Yeah, because there are not that many shows, you know.
Okay.
So yeah, there's no this thing like here, like there is no comedy club in Lima. For example.
I don't know about Peru. Is it a big city or?
Lima is a big city,
Lima?
but there is no like a club, a comedy club. There is a jazz
Really?
club that one night does stand up. So it's just
Oh, it's just a club that has a comedy night.
yeah. So my mom doesn't. They don't really get it. You know, they don't get it. She's cool with it.
What about when you're doing theater? Was she like? Did she like that?
She liked it. She's always very critic. You know, she's always like, oh, it should have been better. Like, I didn't like this. I didn't like, always.
See, I've been doing
I would
this.
never win with my mother. She will always find something she doesn't like.
Parents always win. I've been doing comedy, like I said, this month, towards the end of this month, or the middle of the month, it'll be 19 years. My parents only see me twice live. All right. On my 10-year anniversary, I did a show at the Ice House. I think it was that show where he went when I did the 17 shots.
Oh, okay.
And then I did a DVD, Joey Medina Cholo Comedy Slam. I did a DVD at the $1 Million Theater in downtown LA. You know, he packed it out. Joey really packed that out, and it was awesome. And they went, you know, so my mom to this day, because I used to work at FedEx before I became a comic. I worked there for almost 10 years. And to this day, my mom knows. She knows I've been on TV. I've been on DVDs. I travel. All I do is comedy. And every now and then, she's like, "Mijo, do you think you can get your job back at FedEx?" You know, and I was like, "No, Mom." I go, "The worst is over. You know, the struggling. You know, the being hungry and broke all the time. It's over. You know, I mean, every now and then we have those months where we don't have that many shows. But I go, Mom, the worst is over. I get paid now. You know,
What she said.
you know, because she's just always thinking of my well-being.
Yeah,
So
my mom too.
yeah.
My mom too. I think it's just.
Are you a single child? Only child?
No, I have a sister.
How old?
22.
Oh, younger. Okay. And
Older conmigo, so like, oh, younger.
no. What does she think about your comedy?
My sister doesn't really have opinions about.
She live over there or over here?
She lives over there.
Oh, okay.
She's cool. Like she's like living her life. I left Peru when she was 5 years old. So it's like we don't really know each other deeply.
Oh wow, really?
Yeah, I see her when I go back. We spend time. Like we went to Europe last year together, but it's still like we don't see each other that much. You know? So
okay.
I don't really know what their opinion is. You know, when I go to Peru, like sometimes I go for like 2 weeks and I put a show together because I just 2 weeks without doing a stand-up is like too much for me. So she bring all her friends to speak English and I do a show for them. It's like I keep working. So I do like that we do together, and they like it. She likes it.
Cause I got my siblings and my parents. When I started doing comedy, nobody was on board except my brother was kind of like, "Hey, you do what you want to do," only because I think he had that because he was always just doing whatever he wanted. You know, like he didn't care. Like he would quit a good job to move to San Diego just because on the whim, just because he felt like living over there. So when I told him I'm going to quit everything, do comedy. Oh, my dad got mad at me because I owned my own business and I worked at FedEx. I was making good money, and I couldn't believe he said this. He was like, "How are you gonna support your parents?" I'm like, "I'm not supposed to support you. I'm supposed to support myself, you know." And so he was mad. He didn't talk to me for a while. And then my sisters were all like, "Oh, that's dumb. What about your money, whatever. I had it going on as a young guy." And the girlfriend I had a girlfriend when I first started doing comedy, and she hated it. She hated it because she's not.
I would hate it if it was like girlfriend.
Yeah, because I went from
having a job.
Well, not only that, but I used to live in a 3-bedroom house by myself.
Oh.
I had my cars and stuff like that, and I had to move out to renting a room with this family that I knew.
I know.
And so she was, I moved from. I lived in Hawthorne, which is by LAX, and she lived in Inglewood. So we're 7 minutes from each other. So I moved to Omani. So she used to get mad because like, "Oh, you live far now, blah blah blah," and I didn't really have money to take her out anymore and this and that. So, within a year we were done. She moved down to somebody with more money.
Yes, I mean.
Yeah, basically that's
understandable.
that happens, fellas. That happens, fellas. Make sure your girl likes you for you, not for what you can give her. All right. That's why I like my girl now, because every now and then, she's like, "I'm hungry." I'm like, "I'm broke." She's like, "I'll make toast," and I'm good with that.
Oh, that's good.
So yeah, so she's supportive. She's supportive. Yeah. We got a kid together, so that's why now I'm trying to bust my ass, working harder, doing all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, for the wedding especially.
Yeah.
That money, huh?
Yeah, gotta try.
Pay
gotta
for that cake.
Right now in your 5-year career, what's one of the best shows you've had?
The best shows I have.
Benny Mena show.
Benny Mena at Laugh Factory.
No, seriously, what was one of your best shows you've had where you just get off stage and you're like, yeah, I'm ready?
You know, I think being on the road, like, I had really great shows in San Jose Improv.
Oh, San Jose is fun. That's a beautiful improv too.
Yes.
It's one of my favorites.
Like in Tempe Improv.
Okay.
You know, those big rooms with 500 people.
Yeah, those are
always
nice.
the best ones, yeah.
Well, I mean, it doesn't have to be the size. Sometimes it can be a small room.
Yeah, but when everybody's laughing, it fills you up. So it's like,
okay.
the feeling, right? You know
So
the
when you do
feeling.
the small rooms, nobody really laughs?
Yeah, nobody laughs. It's so sad.
Is that what it is?
Yes, it's so sad.
Okay, so right now in LA, what's your favorite club?
The Ice House.
Ice House?
I like the
Alright.
store too, but the Ice House, I like the Ice House better.
All right, and what's your favorite like non-club venue? You know, because we have a lot of venues. You know.
Non-club venue in LA.
Yeah.
I like Fiesta Hall.
Oh yeah, that's fun.
Yeah.
Those are fun. That,
Okay.
We're gonna talk about Ruben, the Fiesta Hut, Knee Slappers Comedy. All right. Yeah, we
Yeah,
don't need to
do
mention
that.
the other one.
Okay.
So, so anyways, let people know where they can catch you at.
Oh, tomorrow I'm gonna be at the Ice House, 8 p.m. Stage 2 with Ricky Esqueta.
All right, cool. And you're hosting that show?
I'm hosting the show. Yes.
Oh, nice. All right,
No,
cool.
sorry. I'm doing a set.
All right.
Just-
And where can they find you on social media?
My webpage, luzpazos.com, my Facebook, Luz Pazos, or Instagram, Luz Pazos Funny.
Do you have a Twitter or a Snapchat?
I don't really use Twitter
Or Snapchat?
No.
You know what? I have a Snapchat. I need to be more into it because it's for younger people.
It's for younger
Yeah, but that's why I gotta be young at heart.
You want
Like George right there. He's got a Snapchat, but that's because he's a pedophile. All right. So
Yeah. Oh, wow,
he's trying to hook up with young.
George, come on.
Nice play. But all right. And people can catch this show on B Vision on the BTV. We can catch us on ldufonico.com and on Facebook. You can catch it on my Facebook, Benny Mena. That's Benny with one N, BENYMENA. All right, Luz, thank you for coming
Thank
out
you,
here,
guys. Thanks
doing
for
the show.
having
Hope
me.
you had a
Thanks for
good
the
time. And you know, it's been a long time since I saw you. I saw you like a week ago.
A week ago,
Yeah,
your
so
birthday
because lately you've been
show.
doing a lot of my shows.
Yes,
And-
your
and
birthday
I
shows
tell you,
were fun.
well, not just my birthday show, but I had you at Sage.
And
I had you at
Laugh
Babouche, the
Factory,
Laugh
Babouche.
Factory, and she's been killing it, y'all. She's a very funny lady. Make sure you go check her out, support her. If you don't understand what she's saying, bring somebody who speaks Spanish,
Yes.
and then they can
That's-
translate the jokes. All right.
And buy my merchandise.
And then because no, you said you're going to school, you do script writing, whatever. Take some English classes. All right. And
Yeah. I do actually. I do.
and I'll see y'all later, all right? You can catch me on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Snapchat, Benny Mena, all right? Y'all have a good night. Be safe. Have a great weekend.
Thank you. Bye.
All right, cool.
Hola amigos, aquí su amigo Jason Gless.
Juan Santa Cruz.
Doris Terrien.
Roberto el Profe Sapien.
Invitamos todos los sábados de 8:30 a 10:30
A que nos acompañes en
Balconeando a las Estrellas
A través de B-Vision.
en Audiofónico Radio.
Si usted estaba pensando en vender o comprar su casa, nosotros les tenemos a los mejores. Antonio Atoche, especialista en bienes raíces, nos va a explicar. Antonio, platícanos exactamente qué es lo que ustedes hacen.
Efectivamente, por más de 30 años hemos ayudado a la comunidad latina en comprar y vender sus casas con un excelente servicio. Lo importante es mantener una buena relación con mi cliente después de la venta. Yo no mantenerlos ahí conmigo, me van a necesitar para otras cosas en el futuro. Es muy importante que ellos se sientan confortables conmigo porque este trabajo es por un largo tiempo y quiero hacer la realidad de sueños a muchas familias latinas.
Pero ¿qué pasa si yo quiero refinanciar mi casa y no tengo el dinero?
Bueno, tenemos un gran equipo de profesionales que te pueden ayudar. Lo único que tienes que hacer es darme una llamada.
Así que ya escucharon, habla, el número está apareciendo en pantalla y haz tu sueño realidad de tener tu propia casa. Haz y háblanos hoy mismo.
Hola, ¿qué tal, amigo? Te saluda el dúo Cali Boys, originario de Los Ángeles, California.
Y tenemos acá nosotros trayendo una oferta, miren, te traemos este aparatito que se llama BTV i3, con el cual usted puede acceder a lo que es los programas de radio de acá, puede ver todos los artistas que vienen en las entrevistas, acceder a nuestra música y a nuestros videos musicales, lo puede rentar o lo puede comprar. Así que si usted quiere más información, mande ahí su mensajito al número que aparece en pantalla y le vamos a dar más información. Saludos.
Cali Boys.
Yeah.
Buenas noches, mi nombre es Pablo Garzona. Los invito a que nos escuchen a través de LD Eufónico Radio y también que vean nuestros videos en BTV i3. Ahí estará nuestra música y nuestros videos. Muchas gracias.
Hey guys, it's Ellie here. I am a singer and an actress. You guys can find all of my recent commercials and all the recent videos on all my social media, YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook. You guys can find me on Ellie @ Ellie. You guys can listen to all of this on BTV i3 and LD Eufónico Radio.
If you don't want to fall immediately and immutably into love, look away. If you don't want to find yourself suddenly discontented, disconcerted, distracted, look away. If you don't want to be held against your will or bound to something, anything, like heat or want or hurt. If you don't want even a glimpse at where you always secretly suspected your life could lead. If you don't want to be seduced, then please, please, look away.
Hi, I'm Jessie Martin. Join us every Tuesday from 5 to 6 on the Legacy Direct Show, where we have different guests and talk about different topics. Get to learn more about our friends right here on LD Eufónico Radio. Don't miss it.
When you look for things, when you search the polished showrooms, the markets, the runway shows, you are looking for me. Beyond luxury and status, beyond capability and utility, you are looking for me. And when you dream of an SUV existing far beyond the ordinary, an SUV steeped in performance, infused with passion, artistic beyond description, you unknowingly dream of me. I am the end of your search, your drive, your dream. I am what you live for. I am the Alfa Romeo Stelvio, the first sport utility vehicle created by Alfa Romeo.